There aren't many people whose death in 2013 startled and devastated the globe as much as Paul Walker's. The Fast and Furious actor remains in the hearts and minds of die-hard fans of the film franchise, including ourselves. Apart from acting, Paul had many interests, and the fame and fortune he gained from acting enabled him to pursue them. He was a philanthropist and humanitarian. He even launched Reach Out Worldwide, a nonprofit that assists in bringing first responders to disaster zones to supplement local relief efforts. Aside from that, he was a tremendous gearhead. So let's look at this insane classic car collection. Here we go. 1969 Super Camaro Yenko. If you believe you've seen this Yenko Super Camaro before, it was most likely in Too Fast, Too Furious. The first film largely highlighted FWD sports cars, but the sequel upped the ante with the Skyline, a polarizing-looking Mitsubishi EVO, and a slew of muscle cars, notably the Yenko Camaro. Don Yenko, a race car driver, ran a General Motors dealership. He modified a number of these Camaros to demonstrate their capabilities to the world. The Yenko Camaro was no longer outclassed by the Mustang and Dart. It had a Corvette engine, a 7-liter V8 with 450 horsepower. He also installed a fiberglass bonnet, upgraded suspension, and new rear differential. 1989 Nissan R32 Skyline. If you thought the R32 was a beast, wait until you see the stripped-down race car version. After all, it was the Skyline R32 that earned the Skyline series the moniker Godzilla. Paul's R32 Skyline is a true Japanese race vehicle, complete with a full roll cage, a single Sparco racing seat, and a fire extinguisher. The steering wheel is also on the right side. It has a stock engine under the hood, a 2.6-liter twin-turbo inline-six with 332 horsepower. Many of Paul's vehicles have been auctioned off, and the Skyline R32 brought $100,100. Toyota Supra Mk4. The Toyota Supra and Brian O'Connor are one of the best car driver pairings in film history, so the actor who portrayed the character of Brian simply had to own a Supra. Paul, like his on-screen counterpart Brian, had his Supra modified. Walker had the Supra's famed 2JZ GTE inline-six engines twin-turbo configuration, altered to a single turbo setup. This configuration would sacrifice some low-end speed in favor of high-end power. But because it's a manual, he can keep the engine revs high and get a significant advantage over a standard Supra. Chevrolet Camaro LS7. This Camaro was powered by a massive LS7 engine that produces around 500 horsepower. Because it's a touring special, the stripped-down materials and massive power make it a cool cross between a Restomod and a hot rod. This LS7-powered Camaro distinguishes out among small, lightweight European or Japanese sports cars because it's a large, hefty muscle car. However, it isn't the only Camaro, or even the most powerful muscle car in Paul Walker's garage. Porsche 930 Turbo. This is a unique vehicle because it is the first turbocharged Porsche on the market. In 1975, Porsche converted their 930 Turbo racing car into a public homologation variant. Years later, this small sports coupe has become a legend. Its 3-liter flat-six engine produced 256 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque, thanks to a little turbo added. The 930 received a larger 3.3-liter engine in 1978, which produced 40 more horsepower and 61 pound-feet more torque. Paul has 2 of these, hopefully one of each. Touring Alpina BMW 2002 Tii. If you've ever looked at Paul Walker's car collection, you'll see that he prefers Nissan and BMW over the rest. This 2002 Tii took his passion for BMW one step further, to the aftermarket tuner Alpina. The BMW 2002, with its 130 horsepower, 2-liter inline-4 engine, is not a speedy car, especially by today's standards, but its classic design has made it a collectible. Alpina has only improved its nimble handling and performance to make it even more enjoyable to drive. BMW E36 M3 Compact. Only 126 of these are known to exist, and Paul possessed not 1, but 5 M3 E36 lightweights. As the name implies, these weighed roughly 200 pounds less than a standard M3 E36. The standard M3 is already a track beast, so think how much better these would be. One of Paul's lightweight M3s had only 4,600 miles on the odometer when it was auctioned off for a stunning $385,000. However, we believe it was worthwhile for such a rare and fantastic car. Alright guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like rating down below. See you guys next time. Have a great day.